questions for Coach? Start in the back with Daryl, and then we'll come to Gabe.
Coach, after you had a chance to look at the film and especially the 2 interceptions in the end zone, did Kyler just not see the guy? Was there something that he didn't see, something you guys have talked about?
No, he did see the receivers. That was something that we talked about. There was nothing wrong with the vision of the play. It just came down to execution. The first one, I thought he threw a decent ball. It's a 50-50 ball. We got to come down with that. The second one, down there inside the 10, 12-yard line, it was around that area of the field, and that's a play that we work on all the time. And it was just a missed throw, and he knew it right when he released it and came off, and we just move on from there.
Right side, Gabe.
Hey, Jake, what can you say about it's been a steady decline offensively by numbers, and what can be done to fix it now and then in the long run? Yeah,
the numbers. One of the main things is we just got to finish. I thought versus Auburn we moved the ball efficiently, but we didn't finish. We can't leave too many points out there on the field, and in this league, you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get. When you get 9 drives, you can say 10, but we didn't count the last one at the end of the first half. But you had 9 solid drives to go out there and move the ball, and we just didn't capitalize on punching it in the end zone. And if you punch it in the end zone, those numbers are going to increase anyways.
Here in front, Brent.
Coach updated us on Kyler and said, he'll be evaluated throughout the week. If he's not able to go, how do you see the battle behind him shaping up?
Like it is every week. When we do this with all positions, you're going to put who you got out there and let him compete this week, and whoever's going to put you in the best position to go out there versus Western Carolina and move the ball is going to be the guy that goes in. And that's just not for the quarterback position. That's for all the positions.
Stay on the right side, Gabe.
For clarity, if Kyler's healthy, you're rolling with him right now. Take your whatever, roll with him.
We're gonna roll with him.
Mm-hmm. And how well do you think he moved the ball outside of those mistakes in terms of just accuracy and getting into the offense?
Yeah, there's always things that you can improve on. He's a young quarterback. That was really one of his. That was a tough test for him, and there's a lot of things just from the operation of the game. They did a good job at throwing a lot of different looks at him, and and he learned from it, and he understands that they got good players too, and you got to be accurate in this league, and you got to take advantage of each opportunity. And he's in a good spirit right now. We had our talk. He's ready to get back to work, and I think he's been doing a great job how he's handled it so far.
Staying in the back, Daryl.
Coach, I know last week we talked about Kyler and the fact that he's not a big guy. He needs to slide, needs to protect himself. But did he kind of show us something, I guess, on Saturday night, in that he knew you guys were struggling and that you hadn't put the ball in the end zone, and he kind of took a shot just to try to get an extra yard?
I don't think he was meaning to take a shot on that. If you look at him, he was trying to get down, and he was in the process of sliding. He just needs to get down a little bit quicker in that situation. But, with all quarterbacks, I don't want them running the ball all the time. And when they do, you just got to get as many yards as you can, and then you got to make the decision either to throw it away or get down immediately and avoid that hit. And I think he learned his lesson from that play.
Go Cease, and then we'll come back to Brent.
Since most of the time I'm watching the ball, as the season's progressed, your receivers getting more press coverage, or it's tougher for them to get open. It seems like some of the numbers are going down on your receivers. Has anything changed during the season?
Just the level of competition. In this league, you're going to get press coverage the majority of every single snap, and that's something that we see every day in practice. And we just got to keep working on being physical on the perimeter and working our routes and still building that continuity with these young quarterbacks. There's a lot to have to do with that just from timing issues, but we see it every day, and you're going to see it every single game that in this conference.
Right up front, Brent.
You addressed it a little bit, but on that Kyler play, was that a situation where maybe because he did slide, he got hit in the head? I mean, that was just kind of my take on it.
When you look at it, I think just the way it ended up, that it was kind of a bang bang play. He was in the process of sliding, and just where it ended up, the guy was going to make a normal tackle, and it just ended up being a lot more violent than what it meant to be. But I think a lot had to do with being late with the slide. but he has an option to throw that away as well.
And so maybe that's a lesson to him to say, hey, maybe go ahead and try to punch it in or
Yeah,
something.
you live and learn from that situation.
Go to the back, Daryl.
What do you want to see from your offense on Saturday? And I'm not trying to take anything away from Western Carolina, but they're not Auburn, they're not Alabama. But what do you want to see from your guys execution-wise that says, okay, now we need to move on to Vanderbilt? We had a pretty good ball game, but what will they have to do for you to go, okay, I like what I saw?
Yeah, right now it comes down to execution. And, I want to see him put together a complete week. I thought the preparation last week was great, but we didn't finish on Saturday. And that kind of shows up in games as well, where we were moving the ball efficiently, but we weren't finishing, and we were leaving too many points out there on the board, out there on the field. It also comes down, I want to see solid individual performances across the board. I want to see, I don't want to see 8, 7, 8 guys doing their job. I want to see all 11 doing their job. And it comes down to, finishing the drives, solid individual performances.
Time for one or two more. We got them. Here on the right side, Gabe.
Jake, what can be done to force it for Josh Reynolds and get him rolling again?
Yeah, he's just got to keep playing his game, and I got to get Kyler more comfortable of looking out that direction. But in these games, he's one of our top receivers, and you can tell that defenses tried to take him out of the game, and we got to keep getting more creative of getting him out in open spaces and getting Kyler's eyes in the right spots. But he's definitely a very good player for us, and we got to find more ways to get him the ball.
We'll wrap up with Lee in the back.
Hey, Coach, I'm just curious, since Kyle played so well earlier in the year and now it seems like he's been getting beat out by Jake in practice, how is he handling things ever since, Kyler took the starting job? Is he trying, obviously he's trying to get back to where he was, I'm sure, but from your perspective, how is he handling things?
He's been unbelievable, and it's been very impressive. Just for instance, yesterday when we were going through the film as a quarterback unit, Kyle was voicing his opinion to Kyler and being like, listen, when I was in this situation, this is what I was thinking, and this is what helped me out. And he's always trying to help people out and look out for the best interest of everybody in that room. And the way he's handled it and the way he's approached it, he had a great day of practice yesterday. It's pretty impressive for a kid to be that young and handle a situation like that, with such class.
All right. Thanks, Coach.